Hey, what's up? This is Joe. In this video, I ride, camp, cook, that smells great, and meet up with a buddy in Montana for some fireside bullshit sessions. Along the way, I encounter a variety of wildlife. I don't think I've ever gotten this close to a deer that was alive. And test myself in the icy cold waters of the Rocky Mountains. From my position just north of West Yellowstone, I headed up Highway 191 to Bozeman, then merged onto Interstate 90 and rode that all the way to the town of Columbus, Montana. I stopped for groceries in the town of Columbus, and a flirtatious blonde in her 20s came up and complimented my bike, proving once again that the NC750X is totally irresistible to women. Just outside of town was an apparently free established campground right on the mighty Yellowstone River. All right, absolutely beautiful spot out here, right beside the Yellowstone River, which is right over there. Yeah, this spot looks like it would cost money, but as far as I can tell, it's totally free. For up to 7 days, you can stay here. After a long, hard day of fighting the heat and high winds, I was seriously ready to do a little bit of the Vagabond Gourmet. Got some ground beef, chipotle peppers, Colby Jack cheese, just kind of stir fry that. The ground beef's just a lot cheaper than steak. Maybe it's because I'm kind of in a touristy place, but the steak prices have just been quite a bit more expensive than they've been everywhere else. I'm perfectly happy with this. In fact, I'm looking forward to it. Right. I don't know if I'm going to use this whole can. These things can be pretty strong. Oh yeah. Beautiful smoked red jalapenos. I kind of smash these into the ground beef. Oh, that smells great. Heat down a little bit. Oh, beautiful. Cheese. Ooh, I used too many peppers. Yeah, that is almost unbearable. But good. Not a river you want to get swept away in. I think we found the very Yellowstone for which this river was named. So it absolutely poured down rain for about 30 seconds. Basically just enough time for me to get my bungee cords and string that tarp up, and then it stopped. So, but anyway, now my tarp's up. Beautiful spot. All right, off to a slow start today. It's about 9:30. Running out of steam, man. I've been riding pretty hard for the last few days. Riding, stopping, setting up camp, tearing down camp. So I'm pretty much ready for a break at this point. Red Lodge is about an hour away, so before I head down there, I'm gonna go ahead and stock up on groceries here because everything's gonna be dramatically cheaper than it is down there. Red Lodge was a place I'd been many times before. Beautiful scenery, not too big, and I had a great spot in the woods about 9 miles outside of town. Speaking of resting up for a bit, it was the perfect place to do it. Unfortunately, the video really doesn't do this scene justice. From where I was sitting, the snow-covered mountains in the background, set against the green rolling hills, made for a pretty spectacular view. It was kind of like watching a movie and also being in the movie, which got me wondering if this whole life thing is really a simulation after all. If you think you have some insight into this issue, please let me know about it in the comments below. When I arrived in Red Lodge, I headed over to the ranger station to inquire about any recent wildlife sightings and check if there was any kind of a burn ban in effect. All right, so every time I come to Red Lodge, I always stop by here. This is the ranger station. I always tell them sort of where I'm going to be camped. If there have been any wildlife sightings, any bears have eaten anybody recently. They said no, but there has been a bear hanging out not far from where I'm going to be camping, so that's always comforting. So yeah, no burn restrictions currently. Gonna wander over towards the old homestead, as it were, and see if my old spot is still there. Given the frequent and unpredictable storms in this area, My tarp was the first thing to go up. Alright, lucked out on this one today. This is a 22-cent boneless chuck steak. Unfortunately, it's only 0.025 pounds, so I guess I'll have to make do. So this is my usual bathing spot, and it's usually kind of a calm, placid sort of a pool. But right now you can see, I mean, I guess the water's up so high from all the melted snow and ice and stuff further back in the mountains. That'll just hurt something. I'm gonna either have to like tether myself to a tree branch or find another spot in which to bathe, because if I were to get swept away in this, it would be all over. Frankly, I mean, unless you're lucky enough to grab onto a tree branch pretty quick, you'd go into hypothermia in short order, and that would be the end of you. My entire body has got like pins and needles right now. I was hoping for at least a ray of sunshine out here before I did that, but no dice. I'll tell you one damn thing. The next time I decide to jump in that creek, I'm gonna first make sure I got a fire going. That was absolutely brutal. It's not that bad when the weather's like above 75 degrees. So I was just literally absolutely freezing my nuts off after I got out of there. Had to like crawl in my sleeping bag and just kind of sit there in the fetal position until I warmed up. I'll tell you one thing. The mule deer sure don't mind humans. What's up, buddy? Yeah, I think I'll go this way. See ya. There's a little moose. It's actually a pretty nice town when it's not totally crawling with tourists. Hello.
Good to see you.
I'll take one bunch of radishes, please.
Alrighty. So we've got a couple varieties. We've got the Easter egg, which are kind of the mixed colors. More traditional flavor. These are a little bit more mild and sweet. So either way.
Which one of them's more spicy?
These are more spicy.
I'll take that one.
You want to do the more spiciest?
Please.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. Have a good one.
All right, right, got these boneless short ribs that look absolutely beautiful. Got a nice marbling and not too expensive at $8.49 a pound. Hopefully these turn out all right. Nice marbling on these. And in the meantime, I got those beautiful radishes that I picked up from the farmer's market, and I got some to go with that. I got some more of that garlic butter. Radishes and butter is a classic French thing. Before you get the meal, they give you some radishes and some room temperature butter. I've actually never tried this, but I've seen it on an episode of Anthony Bourdain, No Reservations. Radish and butter. Cheers. I could eat a bunch of these, which I'm going to, actually. Got the spiciness of the radish combined with the creaminess of the butter. It's a good combo. These flies are just waiting. They can smell that cooking meat, man. These are protein-centric flies. They're not even touching these radishes. Ooh, yeah. I'm not really sure if these greens are edible or not, but I'm going to throw them into some of this resultant grease. Alright, let's try these radish greens. Smell pretty good. A little bitter. Not bad. Oh, the flies are coming now, baby. Oh man, being out in the woods, it gets cold at night, burning a lot of calories. The one thing I really start looking forward to more than anything else is like a big breakfast. Cheat day rolled around and stopped by this place. This is one of my favorites, the Red Lodge Cafe. But anyway, a buddy of mine's coming in later today, so I'm gonna meet him somewhere and take him out in the woods and show him where to camp. I don't think I've ever gotten this close to a deer that was alive. What's up, buddy? You're not afraid at all, are you? Somebody been feeding you? Gary showed up around 9 a.m. and met me at the laundromat in town. We spent the next couple days bullshitting and swapping stories around the fire. Then one evening I received an unpleasant surprise as my cookware was absent from its usual spot by the creek. It looks like somebody just stole all my cooking gear, skillet, a plate, scissors, and my fork, where I had them on my little stump beside the creek. There was a whole bunch of people out here camping over the weekend, a bunch of kids, and then some kind of trashy looking people camping in this spot right next to me. So I guess maybe they need it more than I do. So anyway, I'm just kind of not really feeling it this time being out here. So I'm gonna keep moving. There's another national park called Theodore Roosevelt National Park around the town of Medora in North Dakota. So probably heading there tomorrow morning, unless I can find my skillet and the rest of my cooking gear. Anyway, that's the way it goes. I was just telling him, I don't have a lot of shit, but when I lose something, it really bothers me. So I've been up and down this creek bed a bunch of times. I think somebody just probably ganked it, you know. That's the way it goes. This is my friend Gary, by the way. And he's, what's the name of your YouTube channel?
Gary's Backroad Adventures.
Gary's Backroad Adventures.
My deal is like, you've lost something, and it's like, okay, they took something, but why would they take it? Why would they take it?
Why would you need a scraped up frying pan, an old plate,
And a pair of scissors.
and a fork? A dull pair of scissors.
But it's just, it's like, why? In the middle of nowhere, you come up, look, a skillet, a fork. Maybe somebody's camping around here.
Right.
Let's take it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it could be those guys up there on the motorcycles with the tents. I don't know, maybe they didn't like the cut of our jib.
My jib has always been kind of weird.
We're just out here warming up. This place is subject to frequent and sudden downpours, as well as hail. We got a pretty nice little hailstorm.
2 days now it's hailed.
Yeah,
Sunday,
2 days in a
Sunday
row.
Too, yeah.
Yeah, and I was in town for the last one. Were you back here?
Yeah.
Was it a lot?
Wasn't that much, but it was probably marble size. Pretty good size.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually the storms are worse back here than they are in town.
Yeah.
We're further in the mountains. We're in town is about 5,600 feet, and we're sitting at about 7,100. But I haven't really had a problem with the altitude
No,
this time around.
it hasn't really been that cold at night either.
Yeah,
I mean, it's been cool, but not cold.
not cold. It can get really cold up here. I was just telling him I'm not really feeling it on Red Lodge this year, just for whatever reason. It's just kind of disagreeing with me. I'll catch up with him later. He's sounds like you're going to North Dakota at some point, right?
Yes.
And so we'll probably, you know, we meet up, a lot of us vagabonds, at various points along the way and kind of meet up, hang out and that kind of thing. And I'm sure you'll be at Sturgis this year, right?
Yeah. Probably will be. Yeah.
This is a Texas guy. He's got that Triumph, is it a 1200?
1200.
Triumph
Tiger
1200.
Rally Explorer.
Yep. It's a hell of a bike.
Now I'm in a hammock, so
Yeah, you got a nice hammock.
my deal is like, I don't mind getting in the tent. It's getting up the next morning and getting out of the tent.
Yeah.
I have it's difficult at 72 to get out of the ground.
Right. Well, I could see how that would be convenient because you're already kind of, your bed's up here, you just kind of crawl into it, right?
Yeah. I just kind of sit in it and fall back, and then when I get up, the legs go out, and then boom, I just stand right up. So
Almost like you're getting out of bed.
yeah.
I like that setup. So when you sleep in that, are you sleeping flat? Because when I felt it, it felt like kind of a flat surface.
It is.
Is it?
It's called a nightcat lay flat hammock / tent.
The Nightcat lay flat super duper hammock deal. But basically, it, from what I could tell, it kind of lays flat, and he's kind of sleeping on a flat surface, it seems like. And then he's got that, which is all storage for gear and stuff like that. And then of course he lays out a tarp and then spreads everything out underneath of this and sets that tarp up right there. It looks pretty comfortable. He said it's really well insulated.
Usually by the fourth morning, I'll have to get up and I'll retighten the down straps, which will bring that bottom tier back to real being stiff, because it'll kind of get a little bit of a body bow in it.
Oh yeah.
Then I just retighten
and it just tightens it
and
up.
It's like a I mean, it's almost, you can bounce a quarter off of it. It's like a trampoline.
Dang.
And that was the thing for me, because I'm like a goat on a spit at night. I turn all the time.
Yeah.
And it was trying to get something that I can sleep in and still turn and be comfortable.
But you got to anchor it down from as many points as possible.
Yeah,
to do
it's
that, right?
called a 6-point hammock.
Yeah.
Because you've got the basic 2 across the top, which most hammocks would have what they call the ridge line, and then I've got the 2 anchor points on each end. So they call it a 6-point anchor.
And the more anchor points, the more level and balanced it's going to be.
And the thing is, it's like that's what adds the rigidness to the sleeping platform. You can loosen the down straps and make it as soft as you need it. Like somebody is like, I can't sleep on a hard surface, I want mine softer. You can just release that and it'll release the tension so it makes it softer. But I'm one of these, I can sleep on a floor better than I can sleep on anything.
Okay.
You know?
Well, being in Thailand, he spent some time in Thailand.
Yeah.
Some of those beds in the hotels over there, man, you're better off on the floor.
The floor was a better option. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. After 10 years, I finally figured it out. So.
Yeah. Do you use a sleeping pad?
No.
No, just sleep right on it.
Sleep right. Last year I carried an air pad with me, but it was like, for some reason it just wasn't comfortable. So I experimented, before I hit the road this year, I just set it up and slept in it a couple of nights when it was nice and warm, and I actually slept better without an air pad.
Did you?
Yeah.
I'll be darned.
Now the problem is, if I don't have trees and I have to go to the ground, it gets a little stiff.
Yeah.
But normally I've got enough blankets. I'll put all the blankets on the bottom side, so I'll have a little bit of a cushion, and I can make it through the night. It takes a little longer to set up than your average hammock. Part of the problem is I have OCD, and so everything has to be packed a certain way.
Of course, yeah. I get it.
So I've had people make fun of me, but it's like, that's okay. I know where it goes on the bike. I know how to get it on the bike. It all goes back on the same way every time.
Let them deal with their own bike.
Yeah. Or do like some people do and just stay in a hotel every night, you know.
I know some people that do that.
If I can afford that, I do that.
Yeah.
So.
I'd still camp just because I like it.
Yeah.
That's the best way to experience the terroir of wherever you're at, is to get out in the woods like this.
I mean, I would much rather wake up in the middle of the night and look out and see stars than look up and see a ceiling fan going around and around, you know.
A ceiling fan that costs you $50 to $100.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you know, I get up at night and go to the bathroom and just look up and see the stars, and it's like, this is the way that the Creator intended us to live.
Absolutely.
You know, we slightly modified it. We have temporary roofs and walls.
Yeah, we got it pretty good, really. I mean, this is pretty luxurious.
Yeah.
Compared to like 100 years ago.
Oh yeah.
You know, people out here.
All you had was a wool blanket and a saddle for a pillow.
Oh, dude.
If that.
One of those old, like, almost carnival type of tents, you know?
Yeah. Well, I always think about the guys coming across the prairie in the old, you know, covered wagons.
Yeah, with nothing.
You know, with nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you'll see in some of the TV shows, they slept inside the wagons. Well, most of the time, the wagons were full of all their possessions.
Stuff. Oh, yeah.
They were up under the wagon.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And if it poured down rain, you got muddy.
Yeah,
you know?
You got under that wagon, and you probably wrapped yourself up in a tarp.
Yeah.
Like a canvas tarp.
Yeah. An old oil-skin tarp, yeah. There's always a story too, and different Texans will tell you different things. But in Texas, beans aren't allowed in chili.
What?
Yeah, in Texas, beans.
You don't put beans in chili.
They'll
lock you up.
That's the 11th commandment. Thou shalt not have beans in chili in Texas. And one of the stories goes is, that a lot of the old cattle drives originated in Texas. That's where they came from.
Yeah, of course.
And these guys are, they're 4 or 5 months on, trying to get the cows up to Kansas, Nebraska, Laramie, Wyoming, those places.
Yeah.
So, for day after day after day, week after week after week, all they had were biscuits and beans, They had meat. If a cow died, something happened, they'd butcher the cow. The last thing a cowboy wanted was beans messing up his meat.
Yeah.
So that's where the theory of no beans in chili, that's where
funny.
it comes from in Texas.
I can see that. I've never been crazy about them.
I mean, if all you had to eat for 6 weeks was beans and suddenly you get a big old stew pot going of fresh meat, you want me to put some beans in there?
Oh, yeah.
No!
Right.
Yeah, I did a cattle drive once.
Did you?
Yeah. And I was like, thank you, Lord, for not letting me be born in the 1800s.
Okay.
It was not romantically fun, yes. Physically, it's not fun. I mean, from before the sun comes up till way after the sun goes down, you're working. And I was like, man, we were just kind of doing it for the experience and the fun. Growing up on a cattle ranch, it's kind of like your step into manhood if you could do a cattle drive. But it was not fun. And I always felt sorry for the chuck wagon guy because he had to be up before everybody else.
Oh, yeah.
To have breakfast ready when they get up at 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then when they hit the trail, he's got to break everything down and get ahead of the cows so that he can, when supper's ready and they're coming in, it's like, dude, that guy never slept.
Whoever took my stuff must have been pretty damn hard up for some worn out cooking gear. Although I'd intended to stay a bit longer in Red Lodge, not having that equipment was really bothering me. Replacing it here would have cost a fortune, but according to the map, there was a large department store about 50 miles up the road. Additionally, the 85th Sturgis Motorcycle Rally was just around the corner, and I planned on taking my sweet-ass time getting out there. I made vague plans to meet up with Gary at some point down the road, then headed for the Badlands of North Dakota. So as always, if you enjoy this video, please hit like and subscribe. And as usual, I've included an optional donate link in the drop box for anybody that might like to contribute to this project. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the road.